Hey everyone! I'm Sarah, and welcome back to Native Speakers.
And I'm Johnny. We're here to teach you English the way it's actually spoken in real life.
Not the boring textbook stuff, but the real conversations you'll actually have.
Today, we're diving into something absolutely fascinating, wedding English. And trust me, there are secrets here that even advanced English learners have no idea about.
Get ready, because this is going to be shocking, entertaining, and incredibly useful.
Let's get started.
All right, Johnny, so here's the thing. I was at my cousin's wedding last weekend, and I noticed something crazy.
What happened?
Well, my friend Lisa, she's been learning English for like 5 years. She completely froze when someone asked her a simple wedding-related question.
Oh no, what did they ask?
They asked, "So how do you know the bride?" And she just stood there, completely blank.
Wait, seriously? That's such a basic question.
I know, but here's the secret. It's not about knowing individual words like bride or wedding. It's about knowing the social scripts, the natural responses, the cultural expectations.
Exactly, and that's what we're going to teach today. Let's start from the very beginning. Imagine you just received a wedding invitation.
Ooh, exciting. Okay, so I open the envelope, and what do I see?
You'll typically see formal language like Mr. and Mrs. Johnson request the honor of your presence at the marriage of their daughter Elizabeth Marie to Robert James Anderson.
Right, and here's the first secret. When you respond to a wedding invitation, you don't just say yes or no.
What do you say instead?
You use specific phrases. If you're accepting, you write, "Sarah Williams accepts with pleasure the kind invitation of Mr. and Mrs. Johnson for Saturday, the 15th of June."
And if you can't attend?
You write, "Sarah Williams regrets that she is unable to accept the kind invitation of Mr. and Mrs. Johnson due to a prior engagement."
Notice the formal language, accepts with pleasure, regrets that she is unable to, prior engagement. These are the phrases native speakers actually use.
But here's where it gets interesting. What happens when you actually arrive at the wedding?
Let me set the scene. You walk into the venue, you're dressed up, feeling good, and someone approaches you. They say, "Hi there, are you with the bride or the groom?"
Okay, this is crucial. This is probably the most common question at any wedding, and you need to answer naturally.
If you know the bride, you might say, "I'm with the bride. We actually went to college together."
Or, "I'm on the bride's side. We've been friends since high school."
And if you know the groom, "I'm here for the groom. We work together at the same company."
But here's a secret phrase that almost no one teaches. If you know both of them, you can say, "Actually, I know both of them. I'm friends with the couple."
Friends with the couple. That's such a natural phrase.
Now, let's talk about something that trips up even advanced learners, making small talk at weddings.
All right, I'll be a random guest. Sarah, we're standing near the cocktail hour table with drinks in our hands. Ready?
Ready.
So, how do you know the happy couple?
Oh, I'm actually a colleague of Jennifer's, the bride. We work in the marketing department together. How about you?
I went to university with Tom, the groom. We were in the same fraternity, actually. We've stayed in touch ever since.
That's wonderful. How long have you known him?
Must be about 8 years now. Time flies. Are you enjoying the ceremony so far?
It was absolutely beautiful. The vows were so emotional. I nearly cried.
I know, right? When she started tearing up during her vows, I lost it.
Okay, pause. Let's break down what just happened there, because we used so many natural expressions.
First, the happy couple. This is what we call the bride and groom together, not the married people or the wedding people. It's always the happy couple or just the couple.
Second, we've stayed in touch. This means we've maintained contact over the years. You could also say we've kept in touch or we've remained close.
Third, time flies. This is a super common idiom meaning time passes quickly. You'll hear this constantly at weddings.
And finally, I lost it. This is a casual way to say I became very emotional or I started crying. Super natural.
Now, here's something shocking. Let's talk about the actual ceremony vocabulary that textbooks get completely wrong.
Oh, this is good. Okay, Johnny, what happens during the ceremony?
Well, the officiant, that's the person performing the ceremony, like a priest, minister, or justice of the peace, they start by saying something like, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the union of this man and this woman in holy matrimony."
Dearly beloved, such a traditional phrase. It means dear friends and family, and holy matrimony is the formal religious term for marriage.
Then comes the part everyone knows, the vows. The officiant will say, "Do you, Robert James Anderson, take Elizabeth Marie Johnson to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do you part."
And the groom responds with just two simple words, I do.
But here's where the secret, sometimes couples write their own vows, and that's when things get really interesting.
Let me give you an example of personalized vows. The groom might say, Elizabeth, from the moment I met you, I knew you were the one. You've stood by me through thick and thin, and I promise to love you unconditionally for the rest of my days. You're my best friend, my soulmate, my everything.
Wow, that's beautiful. Let's break down those phrases. The one, this means your perfect match, your destined partner.
Through thick and thin, this idiom means through good times and bad times, through all difficulties.
Unconditionally, without any conditions or limitations, total, complete love.
Soulmate, your perfect spiritual and romantic match, the person you're meant to be with.
Now, here's where things get really shocking. Let's talk about what happens after the ceremony during the reception.
The reception is where all the fun language happens. Okay, imagine we're at the reception, dinner has been served, and it's time for toasts.
All right, I'll be the best man giving a toast. Everyone's attention is on me, and I'm standing up with my glass raised.
Go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mike, Tom's best man and his friend since childhood. I have to say, when Tom first told me about Jennifer, I thought, here we go again, another girlfriend. But when I met her, I immediately knew she was different. She's patient, kind, intelligent, and somehow she actually finds Tom funny. Pause for laughter. On a serious note, I've watched Tom grow into the amazing man he is today, and I know that Jennifer brings out the best in him. So please join me in raising your glasses to the bride and groom. May your love grow stronger with each passing day. To Jennifer and Tom.
Everyone, to Jennifer and Tom. Okay, that was perfect. Let's analyze that toast because it contains so many secrets.
First phrase, if I could have your attention, please. This is the polite way to get everyone to be quiet and listen.
Second, for those of you who don't know me, this is how you introduce yourself when speaking to a mixed audience.
Third, here we go again. This is a humorous phrase suggesting something has happened many times before. It shows the best man is joking about the groom's dating history.
Fourth, brings out the best in him. This means she helps him become his best self. She makes him better.
And finally, please join me in raising your glasses. This is the traditional way to propose a toast. You could also say, I'd like to propose a toast, or let's raise our glasses.
But here's something they never teach you. There are so many informal conversations happening at the reception that are full of useful English.
Like what?
Okay, let me set the scene. We're at the reception, the dancing has started, and I'm talking to another guest named Patricia. Let's act this out.
I'll be Patricia.
Oh my goodness, Sarah, did you see the wedding cake? It's absolutely stunning.
I know. It must have cost a fortune. There are like 6 tiers.
I heard it's from that fancy bakery downtown, the one that's always booked solid.
Speaking of which, have you tried the hors d'oeuvres? The mini quiches are to die for.
Right? And the open bar is such a nice touch. They really pulled out all the stops.
They did. Everything is so elegant. This must have taken months to plan.
I bet. Oh, they're about to do the first dance. We should head over.
Let's go. I don't want to miss it.
Okay, breaking character. That conversation was packed with wedding-specific phrases.
Absolutely. Let's break it down. Cost a fortune. This means something is extremely expensive.
Booked solid. This means completely reserved, no availability, fully scheduled.
Hors d'oeuvres. These are fancy appetizers served at formal events. It's a French word, but we use it all the time in English.
To die for. This is an enthusiastic expression meaning extremely delicious or amazing. This cake is to die for.
Open bar. This is when the wedding hosts pay for all the drinks, so guests don't have to pay. Guests love open bars.
Pulled out all the stops. This idiom means they did everything possible, spared no expense, went all out.
And first dance. This is the traditional first dance between the bride and groom as a married couple.
Now here's something absolutely shocking that no one ever talks about, the language of wedding drama.
Ooh, this is getting juicy. What do you mean?
Well, sometimes awkward situations happen at weddings, and you need to know how to handle them in English.
Give me an example.
Okay, imagine someone catches the bouquet. That's the bundle of flowers the bride throws to all the single women.
Right. Tradition says whoever catches it will be the next to get married.
Exactly. So imagine you catch it and someone comes up to you and says, "Congratulations. So, when's your wedding?"
Ooh, awkward, especially if you're single. How do you respond?
You could use humor. "Well, I guess I need to find a groom first." Or, "At this rate, it'll be a while." Or, "Don't hold your breath."
Don't hold your breath. That's a great phrase. It means don't wait expectantly because it might take a very long time.
Another awkward situation, someone asks, "So, are you seeing anyone special?" Or, "Do you have a significant other?"
Significant other. That's such an important phrase. It means romantic partner, and it's gender neutral. It includes boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, fiancé, partner, all of it.
If you're single, you might say, "Not at the moment," or "I'm focusing on my career right now," or "Still looking for the right person."
Those are all diplomatic, polite ways to say you're single without feeling embarrassed.
Now let's talk about one of the most shocking secrets, crying at weddings.
Yes, this is so important. In English-speaking cultures, crying at weddings is totally normal and acceptable.
Absolutely. You'll hear phrases like, "I'm not crying, you're crying," or "I promised myself I wouldn't cry," or "Someone's cutting onions in here."
Someone's cutting onions. That's a humorous way to blame your tears on something else, because onions make you cry.
And if someone's crying, you might comfort them by saying, "It's okay, it's such an emotional day," or "These happy tears are totally normal."
Happy tears. Tears of joy, not sad tears, but tears because you're so moved by something beautiful.
Now, here's another secret, farewell phrases when the couple leaves for their honeymoon.
The honeymoon is the vacation the newly married couple takes right after the wedding.
As they're leaving, guests will shout things like, "Congratulations, best wishes, have a wonderful honeymoon, we're so happy for you."
And here's a traditional phrase that sounds strange but is very common. Good luck.
You might also hear, "May you have a lifetime of happiness together," or simply, "Love you both."
Now let's talk about something super important, talking about the wedding after it's over.
Okay, imagine it's Monday morning, you're back at work, and your colleague asks, "How was the wedding this weekend?"
Perfect. Here's how you respond naturally. Oh, it was absolutely gorgeous. Everything was so beautifully coordinated. The ceremony was intimate and touching, and the reception was a blast.
Let's break that down. Absolutely gorgeous, extremely beautiful, beautifully coordinated, everything matched and was well planned.
Intimate, small, personal, meaningful, touching, emotionally moving, a blast, extremely fun and enjoyable.
You could also say, "It was picture perfect," or "It was like something out of a fairy tale," or "It was magical."
And if someone asks about specific details, you might say, the bride looked stunning in her gown, or the venue was breathtaking, or the food was incredible.
Stunning, shockingly beautiful. Breathtaking, so beautiful it takes your breath away. Incredible, unbelievably good.
Now here's a secret that even native speakers sometimes don't know. There are different types of wedding-related events.
Oh yes, there's the engagement party, the bridal shower, the bachelor party, the bachelorette party, the rehearsal dinner, the wedding ceremony, the reception, and sometimes even a post-wedding brunch.
Let's talk about these one by one. The engagement party is when the couple announces they're getting married and celebrates with friends and family.
The bridal shower is a party for the bride where female friends and family give her gifts for her new home and married life.
The bachelor party is the groom's last party as a single man with his male friends. It's also called a stag party in British English.
And the bachelorette party is the same thing for the bride with her female friends, also called a hen party in British English.
The rehearsal dinner is a dinner the night before the wedding where the wedding party practices the ceremony and then eats together.
And the post-wedding brunch is a casual meal the day after the wedding where people say goodbye before leaving town.
Now, here's something shocking. There are so many superstitions and traditions related to weddings that affect the language we use.
Give me examples.
Okay, there's the famous phrase, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. This is a tradition where the bride wears 4 specific idols for good luck.
Then there's the phrase, it's bad luck to see the bride before the wedding. The groom traditionally doesn't see the bride in her dress until the ceremony.
And when it rains on a wedding day, people say, rain on your wedding day is good luck, or a wet knot is harder to untie, meaning the marriage will be stronger.
Here's another tradition, tying the knot. This phrase means getting married. When are you tying the knot means when are you getting married?
And tying the knot comes from ancient ceremonies where the couple's hands were literally tied together.
Now, let's talk about one final secret, the language of wedding gifts.
Yes, this is so important. When you give a wedding gift, you include a card with a message.
What do you write in a wedding card?
You could write, wishing you a lifetime of love and happiness, or congratulations on your special day, or may your marriage be filled with joy, laughter, and endless love.
You could also write, best wishes on this wonderful journey together, or here's to love, laughter, and happily ever after.
Happily ever after. This is the fairy tale phrase meaning living in perfect happiness forever. It comes from the ending of fairy tales, and they lived happily ever after.
Now here's a practical tip. If you're giving money as a gift, you might write, wishing you all the best as you start your new life together. We hope this helps as you build your future.
And there's a polite phrase for the thank you note the couple sends later. Thank you so much for your generous gift and for sharing in our special day. Your presence meant the world to us.
Meant the world to us was extremely important and valuable to us. Such a beautiful phrase.
All right, I think we need to talk about one more shocking secret, drunk wedding speeches.
Oh no, this happens more often than people think.
If someone is giving a speech and they've had too much to drink, you might hear them say things like, I'm a little tipsy, so bear with me. Or, I might be a bit drunk, but I mean every word.
Tipsy means slightly drunk, and bear with me means be patient with me.
And if a speech goes on too long, you might hear people whispering, wrap it up, or someone needs to cut him off, or this is getting awkward.
Wrap it up means finish quickly. Cut him off means stop him from talking or drinking more. Getting awkward means becoming uncomfortable.
Okay, I think we've covered so much. Let's summarize everything.
Wow, Sarah, we really went deep into wedding English today.
We did. Let's recap the most important secrets we discovered today.
First, wedding English isn't just about vocabulary. It's about knowing the social scripts, the expected responses, and the cultural context.
Second, there are specific formal phrases for invitations, ceremonies, and speeches that you need to know to sound natural.
Third, small talk at weddings follows predictable patterns. How do you know the couple is the most common question you'll hear.
Fourth, there are so many idioms and expressions related to weddings. The happy couple, tying the knot, happily ever after, through thick and thin, and many more.
Fifth, emotional expressions are totally normal and expected at weddings. Happy tears, I lost it. I'm not crying, you're crying.
And finally, understanding all the different wedding-related events, engagement parties, bridal showers, bachelor parties, rehearsal dinners, helps you navigate the entire wedding experience in English.
If you found this lesson helpful, make sure to subscribe to Native Speakers. We post new lessons every week teaching you real English that native speakers actually use.
Hit that notification bell so you never miss a lesson, and leave a comment telling us, have you ever been to a wedding in an English-speaking country? What was your experience?
We love hearing from you guys. Your comments help us create better content for future lessons. And if there's a specific topic you want us to cover, whether it's business English, travel English, dating English, or anything else, let us know in the comments below.
Remember, learning English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about understanding real conversations, cultural context, and natural expressions.
That's exactly what we're here to teach you. Real English for real situations.
So, keep practicing, keep watching, and keep improving your English every single day.
We'll see you in the next lesson.
Bye, everyone! Thanks for watching Native Speakers.